I'm not going to do this very often, but I'd like to take a few minutes to talk about one of the key things that contributed to the downfall of my marriage. My ex-husband is a nice guy, and I guess truthfully, I was a nice girl during the formative years of our relationship space too. We agreed upon minimizing conflict and striving for harmony. Now, let me clarify. Being nice isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it can become a problem in long-term relationships if the niceties aren't really all that nice. For example, in the book No More Mr. Nice Guy, which you can get from Amazon at the link in the description of this video, Dr. Glover talks about the concept of covert contracts in a nice person's repertoire. Without going into huge detail, I'll give you an example of a covert contract, since I hadn't heard about that particular term until I read the book either. You're walking down the street, feeling good, and you're smiling at each person you meet along the way. When folks smile back, you feel even better, and continue along your way even happier to smile at others. When someone doesn't smile back and actually looks at you with annoyance, however, you immediately think something like, "Wow, what a bitch," or "Wow, what a jerk." The covert contract in that scenario is that you expect, without any agreement from the other party, that all people who you smile at will smile back, and you're offended and think negatively of someone when they don't meet your expectations or live up to their end of the bargain. In this particular example, the long-term ramifications of the covert contract put in place with the smile, no smile thing aren't really that clear. In fact, a lot of things about covert contracts aren't clear, and that's the problem with them when they're used in the wrong scenarios. Truthfully, the scenario above is one where I think a covert contract is perfectly fine. Yes, you may screen out someone who's perfect for you, but just having a bad day, but potential partnerships are abundant in this world, and there's more than just one perfect person for you. Where covert contracts stink, however, is in any type of long-term relationships. And I don't just mean romantic ones either. The longer you're in contact with specific people in your life, whether it's at work or school or in your family or whatever, the more damage covert contracts will do, because in time, covert contracts overlap other covert contracts, creating a mat of expectation built upon false understandings and agreements. This is one of the reasons why some people can't hold one particular job for a long period of time. Having built up a series of covert contracts in their head that others repeatedly fail to live up to, they feel the only way out is to find somewhere new where things will be different. And the new place feels different, for a little while at least, until the mat of covert contracts is woven again amongst the new peer group and the cycle starts again. Covert contracts are something I've been working at eliminating in my own life ever since I read No More Mr. Nice Guy and witnessed firsthand how incredibly damaging they could be. As we were separating, my ex-husband spoke about my intentions from a place that seemed so foreign to me that I was actually left speechless and saddened that things had gone that far in his own mind that pulling him back to our reality simply wasn't possible anymore. And what was more, I just didn't have enough energy to try to figure it all out by that point. The window of opportunity we had for fixing what was rapidly falling apart closed, and wow, I know I learned a lot from the experience.